Up for review today we have the original Ultraman, and I'm not talking about Superman's alternate counterpart. Now, Ultraman is a show that's very popular over in Japan. If you go over to Japan and ask anyone what Ultraman is, basically everybody in Japan knows who Ultraman is. Which the person that created Ultraman, E.G. Tsuburaya, was also the same creator for the special effects in the Godzilla films. Now, the story of Ultraman is that there are these aliens known as the, Ultra people, or whatever you want to call them, from the planet M78. Like I said in my Mebius review, which Mebius is the 40th anniversary of Ultraman, it came out in 2006, 1966, that they come to Earth because they used to look like regular humans, just like you and me, but it was revealed in Mebius that they protect the Earth because they see it as a memento of their past lives. So, when Ultraman here comes down to Earth, he accidentally kills Hayata, who is the host of Ultraman. And so he decides to give Hayata his life by giving him the Beta Capsule, which allows him to transform into Ultraman when a giant Godzilla-looking monster appears. And you can also see right here that I've got a DVD box set of every single episode of the original Ultraman series, all 39 episodes. Sure, it's made in the mid-60s, pretty cheesy, but we're tokusatsu fans. We're used to cheesiness, and we honestly don't care. I found this at a bookstore for $11, and I own 4 Ultraman DVDs. Well, this has 4 inside of it, but I've got 2 Ultraman Tiga DVDs. Those each have 2 in it. And I have Ultraman Cosmos, the first movie. And each Ultraman movie, DVD that I bought, they were all around $11 in new. So, lucky me. You can watch this in either English or Japanese. In my own honest opinion, if I watch tokusatsu or anime, which I'm not a big fan of anime, if you want to know what animes I like, then just go onto my channel and see anime I finished watching. Is that if you watch them, and then I watch it in Japanese with subtitles, because that's just me. It's just my own opinion that I don't really like watching English dubs. So you can watch this in Japanese with subtitles, or you can watch this in the cheesy sounding English version. And the packaging, Ultraman versus Red King, who looks somewhat like Godzilla but with a bigger neck. And all the other Ultramen under here, everyone to Gaia. Also, another cool thing about this is that my teacher, he's around 31 years old. I was talking to one of my friends when I bought my first Ultraman figure, Ultraman Tiga. When I got back into Ultraman, go see my Tiga review. And when I was first getting my first Ultraman figure of Tiga, I was telling my friend about it, and then my teacher overheard me and he said, "Isn't that one guy who fought those fake-looking Godzilla monsters?" And I'm like, "Yeah, how'd you know?" And he told me that he used to watch some episodes of the original Ultraman when it had an English dub over here in the United States. Which, at the same time, when it's got its English dub over here in 1972, Ultraman Ace came over into Japan in 1972. So that's pretty cool. I've got a teacher who knows and likes Ultraman. And a lot of times we'll say to each other, Shuuwatch. Well, Ultraman's saying. Now let's get him out of his box. Stupid tag. Sorry. Come on. Here it is. And here's Ultraman. On the terms of articulation, he only has 3. The arms and the waist. Now let's do some comparisons. Like Bandai Creations Godzilla 2000. Pretty accurate scaling size, and most kaiju that Ultraman fights are about the same size as Godzilla, as far as I know. I've only seen a few Godzilla films because they're kind of hard to find or rent. Or we could do this. The original 1954 Godzilla with the original 1966 Ultraman. This kind of reminds me of in episode 10 of the original Ultraman of when he fought Jiris, which they used the Godzilla outfit with a different Godzilla head and put a frill around him, and Ultraman made that hilarious laugh. Now let's compare him to my top 3 favorite Ultramen in reverse order, starting with his youngest brother, Ultraman Mebius. Now the Mebius figure is a tad bit smaller than the Ultra Hero series, except for my Ultraman Gaia version 2 figure, who's about the same size as my Mebius. So if you own version 2 Gaia in the Ultra Hero series and this Mebius figure, then please leave behind a comment telling me whether or not yours is about the same size. But other than that, it's an alright scaling. I mean, it works out most of the time. When it's like this, you don't really notice it. Now for my second favorite Ultraman, Ultraman Dyna. Now this is actually a more accurate looking scaling size. Everything is where it should be, and it kind of looks like they're having a staring contest. And now for my favorite and yours, Ultraman Tiga. Another great scaling size. And in one episode of Ultraman Tiga, he actually teams up with the original Ultraman in episode 49, since it's the 30th anniversary of Ultraman, like how Mebius is the 40th anniversary. Now on the ratings, I'm going to have to give this a 5 out of 5 for the detail, but sure, he's not that poseable, but I say that with all my Ultraman figures. And my next review will be Ultraman Jack. Shrek!